My next guest went from the private sector as the CEO of Coca-Cola in Mexico to the public sector as the president of Mexico. Sounds familiar, actually. Please welcome former President Vicente Fox. You brought me a gift. Thank you so much. These are boots. Thank you. You've made it quite certain I will not be going back to the United States. Thank you. Please.
Made in Mexico.
Yeah, made in Mexico. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Have a seat, please, sir.
Of the world.
Thank you so much. These are beautiful, and I will wear these often.
Yeah.
Yes, we have so much to talk about. First of all, I get the sense that you have an opinion about the wall. Not just from the boots, but from some of your very colorful tweets that you've sent out. Your use of language crosses all barriers. It's great. Now, what's interesting, let's talk about the history, because you make an interesting point. One of your opinions is, throughout history, walls have not worked.
That is absolutely real. And we all remember when President Reagan came to Berlin, he said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear off that wall. No, he didn't say that.
I was there. He didn't say that. Your history is good, President Fox, but it's not perfect. But yes, the Berlin Wall famously failed. It doesn't work.
Freedom, tear it off.
Okay.
Walls don't work. And especially when we, the people of the United States and Mexico, we are neighbors, we're friends, we're partners, and more so, we're roommates. We are so much together, so many good friendship, so many Mexicans doing a great work, loyal to United States, making that economy competitive, and now they want to kick him in the ass and throw him out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to be a big, big loss for United States.
Yes, well, I live in Los Angeles, and I've said this before, but you cannot walk 3 feet in Los Angeles and not be made aware of the incredible cultural contributions, food, art, architecture, that have been made by Mexicans. And so it's very silly. We are already together. We are already together,
Yes,
and that
sir.
is not going to change.
Yes, sir. When I was born in a ranch in Mexico, we grew with campesinos at the ranch. And I remember when they were tears in the eyes, they would come and say, goodbye, we're moving north. We're looking for opportunities. We want to make some money to have a better life for ourselves and for our family. Good, loyal, loving people.
Yes.
They work for the Bush family, they work for the Trump family. They might not have documents, but they know how to work, they are decent, they're honest, and they contribute to the greatness of that nation. So America is great, and it will be greater because of our people right there.
Well, there's been talk about why is Trump angry about Mexico. There's a rumor that I've heard that he had properties in Mexico and that maybe there were some difficulties.
He tried to build one of his towers in the Gulf de Cortez, which is in Baja. It's a sanctuary of nature, beautiful, and he wanted to build one of these towers. Of course, he was not allowed to. It was prohibited, and he got mad with Mexicans, but maybe it has to do also with color. You're quite white. You're blonde.
What are you talking about? I thought wait a minute, I think I blend in quite nicely in this country.
Yes.
I was in a telenovela, man, back off. I sell cheese, dude.
But he doesn't seem to like the brown color.
Oh.
And it's awful. I mean, it's, we Mexicans are chiquitos, pero picosos. We might be short, but we're hot,
Yes.
like a jalapeno.
Yeah.
So don't mess around with us Senor Trump. Because if you look for it, you're going to find it.
Today, Rex Tillerson, Secretary of State, is visiting Mexico. Do you think he's going to be proposing peace? Is he bringing an olive branch, in your opinion?
Today, they were playing around again with the wall, and Mexicans paying for the wall. And they come with that instruction from Trump to try to convince us to pay for the wall. Please, Mr. Trump, we're not paying for that wall. That is very clear. And yes.
You know, can I just say one thing? President Fox, I appreciate that you keep talking to Trump, but I think he switched channels very early in this program. We very much wanted you to come on the show and give us your perspective. Our mission here has been to bring positivity and optimism and humanize the situation. But I was very honored that you took the time to
May I give another advice to the guy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. If he wants to negotiate, we have to go for the whole enchilada. Not just one piece, not just trading, not just security. He has to learn that we are his best friends and partners. You like that?
Yes. You know what I love about, you know what I really love about you, President Fox, is that you use great visual aids to demonstrate.